live yet, but we're technically streaming. Yeah, dude.
Where does it pop up?
What was the name of your band one more time?
Brian Wynne and the Radio Band.
And the radio band.
But that shit doesn't stick in your head yet?
Yeah, I mean it does, but like you have like it's like a. It took me forever to remember the Bastard Sons of David Hasselhoff.
Right.
It's just I couldn't remember. I was like, "What's the actor?" It's the Bastard Sons of someone.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right. Of Baywatch.
Yeah.
That whole night at the housing benefit, everybody just kept calling us Brian Wynne and the Radio.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, shit. I guess it's too long of a name.
We're definitely live now. Yeah, dude. I like that. I like whenever bands have unique names. You know what I mean?
That was a dumb name that everybody just liked. They were like, all right.
You ever watch that TV show Parks and Recreation?
No.
There's this guy. He's in a band, and every time he hears something cool, he shouts it and goes like, "New band name, call it!" And yeah, like the name of their band is like Mouse Rat. And he's like, we've been Rat Mouse before. And he names like 30 different names.
He just randomly throws shit
They
out
always change the name of their band, so that they can't even develop a following because nobody
knows who they are. They just keep changing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we threw some names out there, and I'd been doing the singer-songwriter shit and had put out an EP that was like just acoustic. It wasn't just guitar and vocals. It had like violin, some hand percussion, some keys were on there.
Dude, I'm a sucker for a good violin, and I'm a sucker for definitely for a good saxophone, man.
Oh yeah, if I could get a horn section in the band, I'd be on it.
Oh my god, dude, there's nothing better. I have a video from Scenic River Roots, or wasn't that the name of their band? Quattlebaum before he moved, and Tessma.
I feel like that's close.
I feel like it's right. The Scenic River something or something. It's something like that. Anyway, they'd already broken up and moved, and they'd all done their own thing. They came back for like on Christmas. They all happened to be in town on Christmas. Played a show, like a reunion kind of thing, like the one time we get back together and jam at Leftwoods.
Right.
And I'm there. I'm having a good time. I think I may not even been doing comedy yet. If I was, I had just started.
How long ago was that?
This has to be like 4 years.
4 years
Yeah,
ago? Okay.
yeah, 4 or 5 years ago. And so there's a saxophone guy, man. He's killing it, right? He's crushing it, dude. And I'm loving every second of it. I like, dude, something that a sax does to your body.
Yeah.
Dude, it makes you happy. It gives you joy.
The
like
one
in a way
thing
that like
I've seen with horns, whether it's sax or trumpet,
you can move that mic any way you want to.
Any kind of horns, it fits with any music.
Put it in front of your face. There you go.
Is that better?
Yeah, it's just because like these
you want my sexy voice.
These aren't hot up here. They're hot.
Oh,
in the
okay,
middle
I
for
got
some
you.
reason.
But it fits with anything. It fits with like if I've heard, like ska and punk horns.
Yeah, where does ska come?
Great.
I remember that.
Where'd it come from?
Yeah, like I mean, like it just. I feel like it came out of nowhere whenever I was younger.
Well, yeah. It came from a bunch of white kids that liked reggae, and they're like, wait.
Yeah.
Watch me fuck this shit up and
I'm gonna
whiteify it.
I'm gonna ruin a genre real quick. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're right. You can fit it in anything. But anyway, so this guy's killing the sax, and then an old timer dude, like white hair, white mustache, like it was a red hat, but it didn't say MAGA on it. It was just a normal red hat, and those weren't around yet.
Right.
And he comes on stage, dude, and you see Tessma kind of like invite him, like yeah, if you want to join, and he pulls out a harmonica. And then he started, dude, this guy's wailing on a harmonica. And I'm like, dude, this is crazy. And then him and Tessma go back and forth, right? So Tessma's hitting the guitar, and then he does the harmonica, it's guitar, harmonica, and then they pass it over to the saxophone guy. And this harmonica guy was good, but he did not stand a chance next to the saxophone player,
he just
man.
killed it.
Dude, at one point, the guy was doing some, and then you can tell the saxophone guy wasn't ready. And he just jumped on it. It's like, and just hit like one note, but the rhythm and tempo that he did it on,
it was perfect.
Yeah, it was like
that was enough.
That was it, right?
That's what I like about harp players. They're the only musicians I know that 99.9% of the time, no matter where they are, they have their instrument in their pocket. They're always ready to jump
harmonica players.
Yeah.
I thought you said harp.
Harp, yeah. Harmonica, harp, whatever.
Oh, dude, I think of like a stringed harp.
Yeah, well, right. Little bitty.
And I only thought of that because the other day I delivered a pizza, right, to this like big ass house dude, I didn't know there were some houses this big in Amarillo, man.
It's stupid, man.
Yeah, I walked through like 2 gates to get to the door. It was like I didn't think they had. Anyway, and then classic. I think they were fucking with me, dude. It felt like a sitcom. I'm the main character, and I went to my neighbor's house. They were clearly well better. Dude, I opens the door. Dude has a tuck shirt. Says something about Jesus almost immediately. His daughter's in the back practicing the harp. I was like
the harp,
like legitimate harp, and I could see it from the doorway. You know what I mean? It's like I feel like y'all set all this up to fuck with me.
Just so when the pizza got there, they could be like, "Look at us."
Yeah, look how much better we are than you, dude. You know what I mean?
The mom's in the background with a little pinky up, sipping some tea.
Oh yeah, dude. With what's the plate for?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I never understood that.
Yeah.
Never understood that. That's a British thing. We're Texans.
Yeah, dude. I told somebody online. They're like, where do you live? And I don't mind sharing my information since I do comedy. I'm in Amarillo, you know. And they're like, where's that? I was like, Texas. And he was like, oh, this dude was from Ireland. And he was like, oh, Texas. And I was like, yeah, I basically live in the America inside of the America, dude. Our freedom runs strong here.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Texas, but it's something else.
Yeah. Some of the people, man. I'm doing a joke on stage right now that makes fun of the accent. Which I feel like I waited long enough to do that. Like, I didn't do it right out the gate. I wasn't immediately like, you know what I mean? Like,
hillbilly wasn't your first joke you threw out there?
You know what I mean? Yeah, but the premise of the joke is great. It's just essentially like me and my best friend grew up together, same house, same school, same friends, same influences. And whenever I talk, I sound like this. Whenever he talks, he fucking sounds like this. Like, someone explain that to me. You know what I mean? Like, how many MD 2020s did your mom shotgun while you're in the womb before you, like, how many NASCAR events did you go to before you decided a mullet and this accent was the way you wanted to live your life?
When you drink, though, when you get drunk or when you get super high, no, I guess super high you probably wouldn't get more Southern and redneck. When you drink, do you get more Southern? Does your accent start coming out?
My accent comes out a lot. I do a lot to hide it just because I wasn't born here.
Where were you born?
Illinois.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Well, get the fuck out of no,
well, I lived here since I was like 2, maybe even younger.
Right. You're Texan, man.
We may have left like 2 weeks after I was born.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
I know Texas, but I tell people, oh, I'm from Illinois because I need that little bit of difference, man. Like, I like hockey. I don't know where that comes from.
I like hockey, too. I lived in Iowa for 4 years when I was little, though, so that's probably where hockey comes from.
Love hockey. It's the best sport.
I don't follow shit, but I can watch it.
Dude, you watch hockey and then you flip it over to a football game? Shit is so boring.
Right.
You're like, dude, they ran for 8 seconds.
Right. And nobody threw a punch. What the fuck?
Oh, man. And, dude, oh, my God. The best hockey game I've seen this year. Opening seconds. I guess there was, like, a dirty check in playoffs last year.
Mm-hmm.
Opening, like, dude, puck dropped on this game. Motherfuckers dropped gloves and just started throwing, bro. Like, opening drop. They started, I think they got the drop off, and then the fool just bum rushed him as soon as he hit the ice.
That's hilarious.
And, like, dude, you kind of felt bad for the guy who was eating fish because you could tell he was not ready for that shit.
I'd have felt bad for the ref, man. Like, he thinks, like, okay, we're just getting... Oh, shit, no, it's been started. It's already been started, you know?
Oh, damn it.
There's this guy...
I just took a pay cut, and now I got to deal with this shit.
Right. There's this guy that did live in Lubbock. He was a lot... he was an older gentleman when I lived there. I was probably junior high, like, I don't know, between 7th and 9th grade. I skateboarded a bunch, and there's this cat that owned a little skate rink.
Yeah.
And to try to build up business, and skateboarding was starting to get popular in Lubbock, he on like Friday and Saturday nights, he would section off like a quarter of the rink
and let skateboarders.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I feel like they tried that one time here, and
they had it for a while. We ended up, me and a buddy of mine, Michael, we ended up working for him, and I don't remember how we met him. I think we're just going up there and stuff, and then we'd bug him late at night for like free chips and stuff because we were broke skaters. And at the time, I did smoke pot, so I was always high as a kite. And,
right. I didn't ever smoke pot when I was a kid.
That was the only. Now it just puts me to sleep. You know, like if they'd legalize it, I'd just sleep better. That's all it would do.
I want them to legalize it for multiple reasons.
I just want brownies. I don't even like the way it tastes. Not at all. But this guy, the guy I was talking about, he would come in after closing on Saturdays. This old cat, right? And we were working there. We'd build like little quarter pipes and boxes and stuff, and kind of maintain the skateboarding area on the weekends. And he'd toss us like $50 a week or something for it, you know.
Just something little.
It was shit he didn't want to deal with, but he saw that it could bring people in. We were some kids that always hung out, so yeah, he threw us some money, you know. But he had this cat that would come in. I think it was Saturday nights, and right at close, he'd come in, and he'd lace up, and he would just, all he'd do is hit a puck. I mean, fast as shit. So I asked the owner, Chris, you know, like, what's this dude's story after a couple of weeks of seeing him and working there? And he's, well, you know, he's Canadian, used to play hockey up there, was too aggressive and got kicked out of the hockey out there, came to America, did like inline hockey or something, you know, was too aggressive, got kicked out of that shit, you know, and so somehow ends up in Texas, in Lubbock, Texas. You no idea how this guy, but he still loves it. It's his passion, right? The dude thought it was hilarious. So at the end of the rink, they had the net to catch the pucks, so you don't kill somebody with a 90-mile-an-hour puck that you miss the goal and it goes through somebody's skull, right?
Yeah.
Well, at the end of the night, you know, you're pulling that back, you're cleaning up, you're sweeping and shit. Well, he had to deal with Chris where he could hit pucks that whole time. He thought it was fucking hilarious when we would be walking from this side back over here to like the snack stand or whatever to just shoot one of them fucking pucks right in front of your face and stick it in the wall. That was his joke.
Dude, that's not funny. That's not funny. That's one of my biggest fears is like taking a puck to the face. Like,
can you imagine?
Like, I used to play inline hockey here in town.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, we had cages, and
right.
like, I mean, it's not weighted like a rubber puck, dude.
Right, right.
It's like plastic and stuff.
Right,
you know?
And it's not like it's a baseball or softball that's round. You know, like this is a disc flying at your fucking face.
Dude, I've seen people take pucks to the face like at games, like at like the Rattlers back in the day. And, man, I really wish they would bring back if Amarillo. What do you think of the baseball stadium? First off, do you have any opinion on that? Do you give a fuck at all?
Well.
Because, I mean, I think it might be good. I've driven by it enough that I see it now. Right. I can see it starting to form. And, I might go. You know what I mean? I don't even like baseball. But I'm going to go support. And I
think the biggest issue with Amarillo is that, like, you hear people say that Amarillo sucks, there's nothing to do or whatever. But that's because nobody supports things when they come around.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like, I think it's a double-edged sword, you know? Like, I see the side where people are saying, let's spend money on something else. I also see the side where this is something to do. It's, you know, a family environment. It could be a good possibility for, like, a venue for bands and shit to be able to come out.
Comedy club.
Yeah. There could be a lot of good stuff that comes from that. It just depends on how they run it.
I thought about it like this. They get the baseball stadium up. Mm-hmm. Make downtown paid parking. I think that's a good move. You're going to bring money into the city, and then people who don't, like, people go down to fuck around right now. You go downtown, you broke, you go downtown and fuck around. You make it paid parking. People that don't have the money to go down there aren't going to go down there.
Right.
So now you only have people who are down there to spend money, and they feel safer because they have paid parking. And now businesses feel safer because there is paid parking.
Right.
So now people are more comfortable to open up downtown.
Right.
Instead of all the way across town where, like, that, whatever that Synergy, you know, like the new town square and all that.
That place is cool, though.
Yeah, I haven't been there.
What sucks is that there's no wind blocks around there. So the other day we stopped by, a friend of ours owns the Red Door Group, real estate group over there.
Yeah.
We were stopping by the office to pick their brains about some stuff. And, I mean, it was kind of windy in town where we were at. But we pull up there and jump out of the car, and it's knocking you down. No wind blocks.
I hate having long hair because of the wind.
In Amarillo, yeah.
And I won't cut it. I kind of want to cut it, but I won't cut it because I'm afraid I'll lose all my powers. Like, all my funny powers go away.
How'd you get into comedy, man?
My buddies told me I wanted to do it.
They told you?
Yeah.
That you wanted to do it?
Yeah.
That sounds like Joe Rogan's story, like he's cutting up in a locker room and people are like, hey, dumb fuck, go grab a microphone.
Kinda.
Yeah.
My buddy Thomas Thompson runs the open mic at the 806.
Yeah.
We used to party.
Tall cat, right?
He's taller than me. He used to have long hair.
Yeah.
Looks like Jesus, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I call him. He's a pirate. He's my pirate friend. He looks and acts and walks like a pirate, and it makes me so happy.
Okay.
So we used to party together a lot and stuff. We'd be at the same parties, and I would just tell stories, or I might even like, oh, you got to watch this comedian. I talked about comics a lot.
Right.
I didn't.
Right.
I thought everyone liked comedy. I didn't. You know what I mean?
I think everybody does. I just don't think everybody knows they like it as much as they do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, if you put a comedian on in front of anybody,
they giggle. My mom laughs at shit that she would never laugh at if I said it. If there's another comic saying it, and like we go on road trips. I'm playing Bill Burr.
Right.
Stuff that like she's definitely not gonna listen to.
Right.
But she still finds a reason to laugh because it's humor. But yeah, so like Thomas and all of them were like, dude, you got to try it out. You got to try it out. And then that put the seed in my head of maybe I want to do this, you know?
Right.
And then, so I thought about it for like a year. Maybe I want to do comedy.
Before
and then,
you even.
And then I wrote for a year.
Right.
Like I would just jot down ideas.
Took you a minute to try.
And then there's actually this. He actually shared a video of mine. His name was like Donnie Connor. I think he goes by Donnie Llama.
Local cat? Or?
No, he was here in town. He's the only person, and Donnie, I don't mean this in a mean way, but he's the only person I thought might kill me in my own house. And like he scared me. He genuinely frightened the fuck out of me.
Because you pissed him off, or just because he seems aggressive?
He was weird. He moved into my apartment complex. There was a Toot and Totem right across the street. Him and I ended up walking there on the same, at the same time, same day. That's how we met.
Right.
And then, he seemed cool. Invited him over. He ended up giving me a Game Boy at one point, like a Zelda edition fucking thing. I ended up selling it to this guy because he needed a Christmas gift for his kid, and it was like Christmas Eve. I was working at Radio Shack, and we didn't have shit.
Right.
Felt terrible, so I was like, dude, here's my number. Call me at 9. I'll meet you at Hastings, and we'll fucking or whatever. But no, he didn't like screens. He was from Colorado. He didn't like the fact that people were on phones. Like the day I got my brand new phone, he ripped it out of my hand and like slammed it on a table. He would walk in my house and turn my TV off. I'm serious. If I didn't answer the phone call, he'd knock on my door, and like he was just a weird guy, and like he would drink a lot, so like he didn't know personal space and stuff. Like I wasn't comfortable being
Everything
there.
he said to you was like right here.
I was very uncomfortable knowing if I was at work and my girlfriend was home alone that at any moment he could knock on the door. I just didn't trust him. And I'm sorry, Donnie, but that's the truth. Sorry, Donnie.
Right, don't be drunk and creepy.
Yeah, you freaked me the fuck out on some real shit. But he did tell me, it was the first night that I ever did an open mic, because like I did hang out with him. Like there was something like he was weird, but I found him very interesting.
Right.
I couldn't pin what about him made him so interesting to me.
There was something off-putting, but it was intriguing at the same time.
Yeah, I was very, very like I got to find out more about this guy. But yeah, I was telling him I was thinking about doing comedy and stuff, and then he was like, "Do it." And then one day, like something, I can't remember exactly what he said to me, but he basically was like, "You need to do it. Just do it." And then Thomas had said something I'd been writing, so I went through my book. I was at work, went through my book, and just found jokes, like ideas that I had written down. And I was like, okay, well, I bet I can make that work. And then I wrote a list, and I was like, I'm going to go to the open mic and just see how it is.
At 8:06?
Yeah. I just wanted to fill it out, and I was going to go up the next time.
Mm-hmm.
And then Thomas was like, I'm going to call your name. I was like, no, you're not. He's like, well, here's the thing. I'm going to call your name. And if you don't show up, you're the dick, not me. They're gonna assume that you put your name on the list. And I was like, fuck, man. And I got real nervous. And then he comes up, he's like, man, I'm not going to call your name. I'm just fucking with you. And I go, call me next. He's like, what? I was like, call me up next.
Right.
And he did. And the moment I got off stage, I was like, I could not imagine not doing this ever again.
Right.
Like I have to do this from now on. You know what I mean?
Right. And then you open up for big old Doug Stanhope and shit.
I didn't open up for Doug.
Oh, I thought you did.
No.
Who'd you open up for?
I've opened up for a lot of these cats. Not Segura and not Stanhope, but I believe the rest of them I've opened up for.
You've drank or smoked too much if you believe the rest of them.
I can't see all the pictures.
Yeah, that's legit.
But yeah, no. Stanhope, that was he's my favorite comic of all time.
Right.
He is my hero.
Right.
100%. When I bought tickets to his show, my buddy Mo Alexander, who was like a touring comic, big dude.
Right.
He's super fucking funny. Like, yeah, he's worked with Kevin Hart and shit.
Right.
Dude, I posted something about getting Stanhope tickets, and he fucking texted me. It was like, do not fanboy around him. Like,
did you fanboy?
No. I bummed a cigarette off of him
which is fair.
Because I had a whole pack in my pocket. I just wanted to see if I could do it. I was like, yo, can I get one of those? So Shay White, Ron White's sister, she's friends with Stanhope.
Right.
And so whenever he came through town, I went to the show and I sat next to her.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. So that made it easier for you to be like, hey, can I get one of them Marlboros?
I did fanboy a little bit. It was whenever it was before the show. I was walking around out back because I knew the you know how Golden Light is.
Uh-huh.
I was like, so the green room exits to the alley.
Right.
I'm gonna go smoke in the alley, and I'm smoking, and I see Stanhope standing there, and I go, hey man, I'm sorry, can I shake your hand? He was like, yeah, and I was like, I'm Skylar. He's like, I know who you are. I've heard about you. we're talking about you right now, and then I see Valencia, who I opened up for the night before,
right?
And then I see Shay, and so like my name, now I know my name has for sure been thrown around. So I was like,
right.
I'm just gonna leave,
right?
And I watched the show.
Say nice things, please.
yeah. I just say that I just hung out, bided my time, and then dude, after the show, he ended up drinking with me, took me and my girlfriend backstage. And we were talking comedy, and I was like, dude, every comic he talks about comedy with him.
Right.
I was like, I don't want to talk about comedy, so I switched it over to football.
Right.
I didn't know what else to do. I know.
Does he like football?
Yeah, I know.
He does. Okay.
I follow him on Twitter. So
how shitty would that be? You think he likes something, and he's looking at you like can we just go back to comedy?
Yeah. No, because I was like, oh, I'm a Bears fan. I made my girlfriend pick a team. She chose Green Bay, and I was like, really, you just want to fight? And she had no idea that it was like the biggest rivalry in the NFL.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just I'm throwing stories at him, and dude, we're chopping it up, laughing, and then yeah, dude, it was a great fucking night.
He didn't invite you on tour with him or anything? What the fuck?
Nah, dude, Junior Stopko was with him. That guy is fucking unbelievable.
I'm just now starting to get more into comedy. Like we were talking about how I think everybody likes it. They just don't know they do. You know, like when I was younger, like friends would introduce me to certain. I had friends that were kind of like you that would, you got to check this guy out.
Yeah.
And we all sit around. We buy the DVD because Netflix didn't exist yet.
That's how I bought Stephen Lynch's Live at the El Rey. He's the reason I know how to play guitar.
Right. And that never got me into comedy. Netflix got me into comedy. Because I'd get tired of watching the same shit. And all of a sudden, all these stand-ups are coming out. And
you watch Segura?
Yeah.
You got to check it. Dude,
I think so.
Tom Segura is one of the...
Does he have a new one that he did, like a Netflix special like Joe Rogan and them are doing?
Yeah, he has 2 of them out right now. He might have 3. He may have 3.
Out of Netflix is crushing it with comedians right now. Like, that shit's going. What's the one that's got 4 or 5 of them on it and, like, that little midget dude? It's in Vegas.
Okay. That's... I know it has Kyle Kinane on it.
It's one of the most obscene...
Okay, it has the first dude is Neil Brennan.
Right.
Yeah.
The dude with the long ass...
No. Isn't the first one of that group? No, I'm thinking of Comedians of the World. It has
not that one.
Big J. Okerson is on that one.
I'm terrible with fucking names, unless I've seen him 100 times.
Big J. Okerson has a beard, gloves. He probably wore gloves. He always wears like fingerless gloves on stage, and I saw a picture of him. It was like, dude, Big J. Okerson was always holding cold microphones.
That stand-up was I don't even think I got through it because I normally watch that shit like in the car, driving places, if I'm waiting on like a meeting to start or something, Yeah. And that one was so obscene. I remember I was sitting there, I don't remember who was up. I think it was one of the chicks, and she just kept talking about her twat, her vagina this. But I'm waiting to go pick my daughter up from first grade, and people are starting to walk past my car, and it's Bluetooth, and it's getting louder and louder, and I'm okay. I'm not the weird guy, I swear.
Oops.
Yeah.
Dude, Segura has this bit, man. Like, you got to look it up. I don't want to look it up because I think it'll fuck up the live stream.
Right.
And I'll get flagged. But it's like his dad was he's a war vet or something like that, you know? And he's like, no, this is a terrible thing to ever ask a human being, but he's my dad. And I was like, did you ever kill anybody in the war? You seen that bit?
Yeah.
And dude, it goes from like, it wasn't like that to
as it gets older.
He's like, I threw grenades into bunkers.
Yeah.
He's like, were there people? There were, yeah. He's like, I asked him again last week. He's like, there's no better feeling than killing the enemy.
Yeah. That shit was great. Yeah, Netflix has definitely opened me up to a whole array of comedy that
They're crushing it, man. I was at Braceros on Bell the other day because I had a gift card, and I go in. I just wanted to. By the way, shout out. I hope you're watching this. I think his name's Aaron Hernandez. Unfortunate name, just recently, but you're a cool motherfucker, dude. He was like the GM of the Braceros, right?
Right.
I'm going in, dude. I have a gift card. I just want to get my fucking food to go home. You know what I mean? Like I'm not here to have fun. I'm here to get food for free.
Right.
That's my thought, right? Dude, he's showing me the menu, and the way he's talking about it, I was like, do you own this fucking place? Like, and he was like, oh, I'm the GM. I was like, dude, you're a fucking salesman, bro.
Right.
Like, I'm in a better mood now. Like, and then he keeps talking, and I was like, we're staying. So we go grab a table, and he comes over. Dude, turns out he's into comedy. He has no idea I was a comic.
Right.
He's into comedy. Dude, he knows who I think his name's Ali Sadiq, which is he has this bit. It's like Mexican guy on boots, and he tells me about it, dude, and I'm like, nobody knows that guy. I know him because I'm a comedian, but nobody fucking knows that guy.
Right.
So I'm immediately like in love with this guy, right? I'm like, dude, you like comedy? You fucking awesome. And yeah, dude, it was. I don't even know where I was going with that story, but
it's fun running into people that have the same obsessions you do.
Yeah, and like this guy was super fucking cool. Immediately started following me, and he's telling me about. And most of the time, whenever you're talking to people here in Amarillo, they're like, "Oh, dude, I love Fluffy, Gabriel, Gabriel Iglesias,
right.
George Lopez. I
right.
like George Lopez, Carlos Mencia."
Right.
And I'm like, first off, I like Fluffy. Okay, he's funny, dude. I get his appeal.
Right.
He's not my style, but I definitely
right.
understand why he's hilarious. George Lopez, I don't like him that much because all of his punchlines are in Spanish, and I miss out. I listen to a whole story in English, and I miss out on the punchline. Not that fun for me.
Thanks for that.
And then Carlos Mencia is a fucking thief. He steals jokes, so fuck that guy. Like, so all of these comics, I really don't have anything.
What's up with Amy, what's her name?
Amy Schumer?
Yeah, I heard the same thing about her.
She may have. I don't know about all that. All I know, I never really found her that funny anyway. So
she's what is it? Self-deprecating or whatever? However you say that.
Every comic does a little bit of self-deprecation.
Cool, man. I'm a songwriter. Like I can, I can fuck up myself pretty good. You know, but like there's a point you get to where you're like, okay, that's too creepy.
Yeah, just. I don't talk about sex on stage that much. It's not that funny to me.
Right.
Like, oh, look at pussy. Yeah.
Right.
I don't understand how it's. I don't see the humor behind it. It seems easy. I could just say
low hanging fruit.
I can just say puss all day.
Right.
And then get laughs. And I do say
penis and fart jokes.
I still say dick jokes. I still.
Right.
I talk about Trump slapping pussy and stuff like that.
Right.
Like,
dude, what was the joke you told? I might be wrong, and if I am, I'm sorry to your family. But your cousin. And some peanut butter.
Oh yeah.
Dude, yeah. I was sitting out back when I still smoked cigarettes. I'm sitting out back smoking a cigarette after it was when I was tattooing a couple years back, and I'm sitting out back smoking a cigarette. End of the day, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm tired, been at the shop working all day long, and I see that you've posted this video of one of your bits, and I'm like, all right, cool, man, because I got to the first time, actually the only time I've seen you live is when I played. Like 30 minutes after you, Austin.
Okay, yeah.
Over at Zombies.
Zombie Bar.
Yeah. Which was really cool. I didn't know how that was going to go off and stuff, but like, dude, you killed it that night. And I saw you post it, so I'm like, all right, I'm going to check this out, and you instantly start going into that, and I'm like cracking up, laughing so loud I'm waking people up. Like, I'm sorry, that's a perfect joke. Like, this motherfucker lives in Amarillo. What's he doing here?
Dude, I haven't done that joke in forever.
Dude, it's brutal. So does he hate you?
He hated me before I was doing comedy.
So telling the story doesn't fucking matter.
I changed his name. I do it out of respect. I changed his name.
But there's got to be people
and we're not even cousins anymore. So
okay, so people don't.
I try to mislead it. Yeah, I try to really, really mislead it so people don't know who he is. But yeah, I mean, it's true. It's 100% true.
There's so many. So I had this idea to write a book. I've never said this public, so I had this idea to.
You're all, but I can't read.
Damn it, you illiterate bastard. No, I had this idea to write a book about an individual's personal evolution through their sexuality, like through their life, because it seems like that taboo subject that nobody talks about, but everybody's thinking about,
right?
But like nobody ever seriously talks about it. So, and I got the idea from tattooing, because you'd get, people treat you like you're a therapist. Like soccer moms come in there and open up to you in ways that you're like, what the fuck did you just say to me?
I worked at the box for 2 years.
Yeah, it's weird, man. So I started after having X amount of conversations with clients that I'm sitting there for 4 hours tattooing on them, and I would share some personal experiences, and almost counsel some of these people through it. I thought, man, somebody should write a book about the stages of a person's sexuality and how it goes from like, scared and insecure when you're first figuring it out to probably a little bit selfish to maybe don't give a fuck. And then hopefully you're finally like caring about the other person as you move through it. And that's where the good shit's at.
Yeah.
You know? So I thought, talk to maybe my younger brother who plays fiddle in the band. Oh, Scott at the tattoo shop. He's ridiculous. But I talked to a couple of people about it and they're like, yeah, sit down and write that. So I'm trying to write it in this comical manner. And I'm trying to do it through personal stories.
Apparently there's no audio on YouTube.
Oh, shit.
Sorry, guys.
I'm trying to do it through personal stories and stuff, and I get like 10,000 words into this, and I realize that I can't write this book.
Yeah.
Because there's too many names, and some of these stories are so fucked up to try to like explain the point that I was trying to get at, you know? And like I heard you tell your joke about your cousin or whatnot, you know, and I'm like, man, I could never do that. Here comes the punch to the face.
Yeah, I don't know why there's no audio on YouTube, guys. Sorry about that. I don't know what to do about it.
It's got audio on everything else?
Yeah, well, I mean, you can always find it on Spotify. Yeah, I guess the video, they're just watching us move. They have no idea what we're talking about.
Spotify too.
Yeah, Spotify, all that stuff. Yeah, dude, it's hard. It's hard to tell the truth.
I don't think I could do that, man.
Like
Songs are cool because you get to hide your message in the song.
Well, you do the same thing with joke, and then you elaborate, and
right.
You know what I mean. On that one,
less elaboration.
Yeah.
Because the story itself is so fucked up that it was there.
Dude, that story it's not just because me and my buddy Brandon, we were both there, right? Mm-hmm. And so he tried stand-up before I ever did. And I was real hesitant to do that story because that was the only thing he ever did on stage. He tried it like 3 or 4 times, you know.
Was that story?
He just told the full story. But his story is different than mine.
Right.
Because what happened in my story was like we just got drunk. Like that's what happened. Was like we got vodka. We'd never drinking liquor before.
Right.
So we've only had beers.
Didn't something get lit on fire too?
That was a different night. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Brandon was involved with that one too.
Okay.
Me and Brandon go hard, bro. And then who texted me that YouTube thing? Anyway, I think it was George.
Curious George.
Yeah, George, the high guy.
The high guy.
So we took 7 shots in a row,
mm-hmm.
thinking it was like, because we've only ever had beer, so you drink the beers as fast as you can.
Right.
Normally you only get a 12-pack between a couple people. You
right.
get fucking hammered, throw up on your mom's carpet, shit like that.
Right.
So we took 7 shots, and dude, the 7th one I took, came right the fuck back up. I throw up, and then I passed the fuck out.
You say vodka?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck vodka.
I passed out hard, and then so I'm relaying the story. So my night ended right there, and then it started whenever his mom woke up, and then like I had to like come up with a story of what the fuck happened.
Right.
And then like I'm like, we got into a peanut butter fight. Like that's a fucking thing. That's literally what I told this lady. And
she buy it?
I had no idea what the fuck happened, dude. Because like I came around the corner and I just see what do I call him in the story, Brad. I see Brad's naked ass just on the couch, and then I'm like, his mom's on the other side of the counter, so she doesn't see him yet. And I'm just like, I don't know what happened because I passed the fuck out. You know what I mean? And then as soon as I hear his mom go like, why the fuck is there peanut butter everywhere? I hear Brandon start laughing on the top bunk. And I didn't even know he was there. And I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, what happened? And he just starts laughing. Dude, he's like knee slapping laughing. Like he woke up laughing. You know what I mean?
Did y'all hang out with him after that?
Yeah, for years.
How?
Years.
How do you look somebody in the face?
Because we just laugh. We just laugh. Dude, it was brutal. We took it too far. You think the stage thing is too far? Whenever it happened, Brandon wrote rap. He wrote a rap song about it. To the song, the snap your fingers, do this dance, right? He wrote the song to that, and it was slap some jiffy on yourself, right? And like the only part I remember is like, what's happening? What's up? I got jiffy in my cup. What's happening? What's up? I got Cooper tied up. That was his dog, dude. That's the only part I remember.
That's brutal, man. That's brutal. I don't think I could hang out with somebody that I've seen that shit.
Oh, dude, and like I don't know.
Kudos to you. I guess you're a better friend than I am because you look past faults. But
well, dude,
that like screams you're gonna be a serial killer.
Yeah, George said there's no audio on YouTube at 6:55. So unless it's fixed itself, there's no audio on YouTube.
I still couldn't figure out how to even find the video.
Dude, who cares? There is no audio on YouTube, though.
What's it look like? Show me what it looks like on there.
Yeah.
We got 2 people watching still. They're creeping on us.
Ain't that a bummer? Dude, I mean, what am I going to do? I don't know how to fix it. This whole thing's been fucked up today. It took me like an hour to get this, to get my camera working, so fuck it. I can just stop streaming, I guess. We'll still have the audio. So you said how often do because that benefit thing, I've seen you play a lot, but like that was fun. You said you looks like you said you're about to pass out.
That's the first. So we got pictures back from Dr. Rock Photography, who took some badass pictures, right? And he came up, I guess, after that moment. But I was looking at those pictures. I was really impressed with how put together I looked, with how, like, I was just trying to maintain. Luckily, it was a 30-minute set instead of an hour and a half or 2-hour set, you know?
Yeah.
Because I don't think I'd have made it.
Yeah, I guess every time I just have to relayer everything. I'm just going to wipe it and relayer everything because I had to re-put my camera up. Yeah, I don't think it's working. I don't give a fuck. The video thing's new for me anyway, so most of my listeners are audio listeners to begin with. So, and we have all of our audio. And honestly, if I cut off the video, we can listen to music and shit. I can show you some shit that I'm like some of my buddies and everything.
Oh, so yeah, for sure.
I'll go ahead and stop the broadcast, and then we'll just keep recording.
But yeah, we're taking some time off. We're not really taking time off. We're just not actively going out seeking shows at the moment because we're working on recording an album and putting finance together for that, you know, so things like that benefit. I've been working on trying to get another benefit together for somebody I know. Things like that we're taking, but I mean, like last 6 months of last year, we were playing 2-3 times a month.
I was kind of like, I think we're performing too much.
Right.
I'll be honest, because like, I mean, at least with music, you can play you can play the hits and people enjoy them.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can play the songs that people enjoy. I can't tell that same joke every fucking night to the same people.
That's kind of the problem we got, though, because we're like 90% all original music.
Yeah.
Because it started off as just a recording project, and we had some financial backers, and we were going to record, do a video, like a music video, get a radio promoter and stuff, you know, and then start booking and kind of bouncing around. It was going to be the slow process to work on groupings of songs that we really liked, and then we lost our backers, and so I was like, well, fuck, we've got like 2 hours worth of music, like let's go see if anybody likes it. But it's that same thing, like I can't sing this song different, like it's this song.
Yeah.
You know, if you've seen me once, you've seen me every time with the band.
Oh man, sorry, I'm running through.
Oh, you're good.
I don't know how to fix that shit. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I think we're performing too much in the same sense, but we're getting a bunch of open mics and shit together and stuff like that.
I've seen that. You've got, what, 3 or 4 around town now?
I think Matt single-handedly started like fucking 3 this week.
No shit?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
He's the cat that was emceeing the show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel bad. I turned it down. I was like, you guys do it.
I thought I had heard you were going to MC it.
The reason I didn't, first I had to work. I just couldn't afford to take off.
Right.
Another one is I know how comedy works in between bands, and it's not good. And I think we proved that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just the crowd wants more music. They don't want to listen. After you go up there and shred like you did. You guys crushed. And you have a violin. How the fuck are we gonna compete with a violin?
Well, it's a weird thing, man. I think there's a way to make that work, but I think it's got to be more.
I think if you did comedy first and then music after, that works. If you do, anytime, I've never had a good set following a musician.
Well, yeah, I think the music needs to come. Well, because you're going from this high energy thing to something now I've got to pay attention.
Yeah, and like you guys were dancing, and drinking, and now I want you to sit down.
I almost passed the fuck out,
quiet.
but now you got to listen to somebody talk.
Now you need to be quiet. Yeah. Please be quiet. Like that, it just doesn't work. And I kind of knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can take off work and go bomb, or I can make some money and pay my bills.
Right.
So I opted into the bill option. But
yeah. That's the smart thing to do. That's what's fucked up. People don't understand that how much you don't make doing gigs like this.
Oh man!
You know?
And then I actually spent money. I donated 5 Yellow City Comedy T-shirts to the bins and stuff. Which, speaking of which, we should have new shirts tomorrow. Pretty pumped about that.
Y'all got a lot of merch or just the shirts?
Dude, we fucked up our first round of shirts.
Who's doing them?
NoThirdLane.com.
Okay. How'd you fuck them up? They fucked them up or you fucked them up?
Error in communication on 3 different levels. Me and Matt weren't on the same page, so that means him and that dude weren't on the same page.
Right.
I wanted a red shirt, white logo, this, like this, pretty much exactly like the shirt I'm wearing right now.
Right.
Instead, I got a red shirt with a tiny breast black logo. And, I mean, they're cool. They're super comfortable.
It's just not what you were looking for.
Just not what I was into.
Right.
So we ordered yellow with black logos the way I wanted them.
Right.
And I think that they'll sell better, which is cool. That means I can give away the breast logo ones as, like, best set at an open mic gets a shirt, or
right, or some benefit or something.
Yeah, and or if I had them with me, I could give you one for doing the podcast, shit like that.
Right.
And I don't mind eating the money on it. It's just I want to make our merch table look appealing. So I think we're gonna go with the red shirts, red and yellow shirts for now. Probably order white ones,
right,
with like my old logo on it, and then like throwback logo, and then do beanies and stickers and koozies. I think koozies are optimal. I feel like if you can do a donation of whatever you can give, that kind of thing. Like, please, more than $1. Like anything over $3.
50 cents,
something like $5, something like that, and it's something they can use right then. They're at a bar typically. Nine times out of 10 we're at a bar. So if I'm selling koozies, they get to support. It wasn't expensive. It's the price of a drink.
Right.
And then they get to use it right away.
Right.
And so I feel like that's why I really think koozies are the way to go.
Yeah, I'm slacking on merch for the band. I've got
who do you go through? Feel free to plug whoever you want.
I haven't gone through anybody. It's been so sporadic how things kind of fell together. Even just the members of the band, it was really sporadic how it fell together.
Yeah.
And then before I knew it, we were at a point to where we're tracking in the studio, which when we lost the backers, I didn't think that was going to be a thing for at least another 6 to 12 months. And the rest of the band said, no, fuck that. We'll make it happen. So we found ways and made that happen. The next thing I know, we're halfway through having the album recording. It's like, well, shit, maybe we should have some merch.
Yeah.
So, I've worked on some designs.
It took me 4 years to get merch, just because I'm just now, I'm taking my, I know I should be balls to the wall.
Right.
Let's make it famous or whatever.
Right.
I'm taking my time. I want to make sure I do everything right. I want to get my set down. I'm not in a rush to get on the road.
Right. Well, it's not like anybody makes money right out the gate anyway, so you might as well take the time to actually create something worth having.
If I get my time, I have enough jokes to go on the road, and I think we're gonna go on the road this year. So that's why we're gearing up. We're like, all right, well, now that we're on the we'll have merch that way we can get an idea. This is like a beta test for the road.
Right.
We're gonna get merch and we'll put them up at our shows.
How much are you spending on merch right now?
About $300 every time we.
Every time we go in, yeah. So you got 300 on the fuck ups and then 300 on the good.
Yeah, a little less than I think 280 on the fuck ups and 300 on the good. Because I ordered. I forgot we're in Texas, dude. We need them big boy sizes. Honestly,
barbecue's popular, man.
So I had to get some doubles and triple X.
Yeah. I don't even know. Man, I'm slacking on the merch side.
Yeah, dude.
I'm lazy, man.
I'm lazy too. I really enjoy my free time.
Well, yeah, and I did. I've been. Well, for 10 years, I did tattooing and commissioned paintings and music just as my only source of income, So, 12 hours a day, it was just the creative mind constantly having to go on shit that I probably didn't want to be going on or worried about, So, and then when I was doing the singer-songwriter stuff and just bounced around to, quiet nights with an acoustic guitar and shit like that, well, fuck, man, I want to carry as little as possible. I'm the only one loading and unloading,
I'm so pumped. Because I have a guitar, I have an electric drum kit, I like music. I'm so fucking excited. It's not my passion. Oh my god.
That music's not your passion?
Yes.
Dude, it's labor. It's so labor intensive.
So pumped that I don't have to set up a kit every time I want to perform, dude. I got to go up there and plug in a microphone, and I'm good to go.
Right. 9 times out of 10, when I first started doing the acoustic stuff and singer-songwriter, trying to get some of my music out there, places didn't have a PA or whatever. So, we dropped $2,000 and buy this little singer-songwriter PA with these 2 big-ass mains and a little mixing board and stands and shit, Hell, I'm carrying in as much as a drummer has to carry in just for myself.
Yeah. Dude, I'm so pumped. We have a PA, but it's not a very big one. And it's Matt.
Yeah, they're way cooler now. 10, 15 years ago, they were still kind of big, Bose came out and was like, fuck you, I'm going to show you how it's done.
I'm like, hey, check out my PA.
Right, for real. Yeah.
Yeah,
and places. That's the cool thing. At least, Amarillo, Lubbock, the Texas Panhandle place. A lot of places got better PAs over the past 5-10 years, which then also meant that guitarists, bass players, we could all carry smaller amps.
Yeah,
because PAs are a little bit better.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
That's cool. I'm actually looking to downsize the amp I have now, which is, you know, coming up as a musician, that's not something you ever thought was going to happen. You know, you
Yeah.
were hoping to upsize so you get that full stack.
Yeah, you want that full stack. You do
Right.
that. I need a Marshall.
Right.
I need a Marshall.
Now I'm 30s
bro.
and I'm like,
shred.
can I get that 10-watt Vox? Yeah,
Yeah.
that motherfucker that weighs 50 pounds. That's the one I
That's
like.
all I want. That's all I want. Dude, I brought my dolly. I'm not even going to carry it. I brought my dolly.
Right. Guitars are stacked on top, too.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
I paid a guy to be here with me. He's going to dolly it out there for me. I'm not doing shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I bought him a drink.
Yeah, success is the
Stop
idea of
off at
success.
V&M. $5 will get you a lot, dude.
The idea of success is funny as you get older because you're, you know, late teens, you know, mid-20s or whatever, and success is like millions of dollars and, you know, national tours and shit. And then as you start getting older and your back starts hurting more, you're like, man, success would really be just being able to pay somebody $20 to help me load and unload. That would,
Dude,
I'd feel successful if I could afford that.
if I could live off comedy, that would be amazing. But like I
Right.
said, I am kind of like I'm playing. Do you play video games?
No, I don't play games.
You're lucky,
I
dude. This is how little self-control I have. I said this out loud the other day. I wish there was a video games anonymous because I have no self-control. Like I was up, like I turned my game off early last night, which was 4:30 in the morning. That's early.
You don't work till late though, right?
Right. But dude, the night before the night before that I was up till 8 in the morning playing Sea of Thieves.
How old are you?
I'll be 29 this month.
About to be 20. I'm about to be 34, so you're luckier than I am, you know. But
yeah. Yeah.
give it 4 or 5 more years and
Dude,
see if you're still going.
Dude, I'm not gonna be up. Like I'm already feeling it.
You
like,
say
I
that,
already
but
feel like
it's
a piece
gonna
of
get
shit.
worse. You're gonna be up till noon the next day playing.
Dude, and here's the thing. I looked at the clock and I was like, oh man, I told my buddy Terp I'd be online already. You know what I mean? He's my. You guys go check out Terp C on Twitch, by the way. His logo is just like the original Xbox logo. He's a fucking streamer. We be crushing some kids' dreams.
That's the live video game streaming shit, right?
Yeah.
The motherfuckers make money on that.
Mm-hmm.
How is? I mean,
Did you want to hear something crazy?
you know how frustrating that is for
No.
a kid who's been playing music since he was like 8.
I'm about to make you cry.
Great.
So there's this guy named Summit1G. He's a Twitch streamer, right? And I didn't watch streamers until maybe 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 now. It's been.
Is it fun? Is it
might be-
entertaining?
dude, it's so entertaining. I don't know why.
Do you have to like the games, or is it like just the
Yes.
act?
Yes, you have to like. So I don't watch anything he does outside of Sea of Thieves. That's how I found him. I was looking up Sea of Thieves videos on YouTube. I noticed this Summit1G streamer had a
Right.
lot of funny videos. I appreciate funny over anything. So I started following him. When I followed him, so there's a difference between followers and subscribers. He has 3 million followers. Okay, that just means there's over 3 million people that check in on his stream. Okay.
Okay.
When I started watching, he had 19,000 subscribers, meaning 19,000 people paid him a minimum of $5.99 for a month to subscribe to him to get access to like shit that they can do in chat. He is currently, I've watched him go from 19,000 to 45,000 subscribers over the last 3 weeks.
Oh man, fuck that.
And on top of that, people donate to comment. So if I want to be like, dude, I love the da 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 da, it's a minimum of $5.
You gotta donate to stroke his ego.
I have seen people donate, like this guy donated $300 with no comment. I've watched people donate him over $1,000.
So is he really good at what he does?
He's super funny.
So but I mean, is he good at the game, or is he like just fucking funny?
Yeah, dude. Like, not only is he good at the game, like, so there's these things called skull forts, and you have to go in, like, so it's an open world. So I'm on this island doing a skull fort. He could be sailing around, zooming in, seeing my ship sails, and there's a skull in the sky. So he knows as soon as that skull goes away, I completed that skull fort. He can come rob me now, right? And you don't get experience until I turn all the loot in. So he'll see that skull, he'll jump off his ship and swim, so you don't see his ship, hide on the island, and there's a mega keg. So there's kegs that you can blow up on people's ships, and it kind of puts some holes in the ship. You have to patch and bail water, otherwise it sinks. The mega keg's like an instant sink, and it's inside the thing they just won. So they grab loot, run back. He runs up, grabs the keg, goes to their boat, and he's a voice changer. And he'll be like, "I want to play a game." You know what I mean? Like, and like he'll just straight troll.
He like saws them.
Yeah. Let's see.
That's fucked up.
I'm gonna pull up some video.
See, I don't play games because I get angry. That shit, like, I'd have someone come fuck my world up that I just built, and my system would be broke. I'd have to go buy a new Xbox or whatever.
It's really hard for me to not fucking throw my controller a lot of the time, dude. I'm gonna get to where, like, so.
That's this cat that you're talking about right now?
Yeah, so he steals this chest off this ship, and he's gonna put it in this little building, right? And he's gonna go back, and he does an emote where he can just wave, and he's waiting for the person to notice him.
Wow.
But see, right there, he has 44,777 subscribers, and he has the top donation of the day for $255.
Top of the day, biggest win in the chat. Drop some onesies.
Someone just donated $300.
Because what I think that says is, Summit, I love you, have my babies. Here's $300. And I say, thank you so much for the $300. How old are your babies? And then we can decide later. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate the donation. Much love.
And that person's currently on their boat looking for that chest he just hid. Like, she just can't find it.
So all he's doing is just teasing.
Chest went.
Yeah. So right here, he's going to do the I want to play a game. And it scares her so much, she just leaves the game. I'm not kidding. Because you've heard his normal voice.
Right.
His normal voice doesn't go into the proximity chat. He has a push to talk. So whenever he push to talk, he has a voice changer.
Right.
I want to play a game. Here on this island, I have hidden your chest, your seafarer's chest. You have 2 minutes to find this chest and turn it in. If you don't, I kill you, I sink your ship, and I turn it in. The clock starts now.
So how does he know if...
She's not moving.
Watch. She just disappeared, scuttled her ship. But, like, they'll take that mega bomb and hide in the bottom of people's ships, and they'll force them. They're like, all right, look, they hold them hostage. They're like, look, well, we have a mega bomb on the bottom of your ship. His buddy's out there doing the negotiations. You know, he's on the ship with the bomb, and he keeps lighting it and turning it off so they can hear it. And, like, he's like, if I see one fucking foot, I'm blowing it. Don't come down the stairs. Do not come down the fucking stairs. I'll blow it. And they're like, you're going to load all the loot you just earned onto our ship, and we'll alliance you so you get 50% of what it's worth. If you shoot us or pull anything, we set off the keg and you get nothing. And every single time they try to kill him, and every single time they set off the keg and they wipe him. Dude, it's...
So, how long has he been doing this?
I guess he's been a professional gamer for quite some time. Like his Counter-Strike Go or Counter-Strike, I don't know what it is.
So gaming, he's been a professional gamer, not necessarily streaming.
Yeah, he's been a professional gamer and streamer for a long time. But this game has made him blow up. He's like for all the terms I can think of, he's peaking right now. If that makes sense.
That's got to be like the coolest thing, though.
Yeah, dude, he has a Super Bowl stadium worth of people watching him whenever at any given time.
Right.
I logged on the other day. They were doing an Athena heist, and he had like fucking 90,000 people watching him play.
I get happy when we get 100 people in the club.
Jesus Christ, if I could get 100 people in the club.
Right.
Jeez.
That's mind-boggling. I didn't even know that professional gaming was a thing until Dane, my younger brother, they were trying to...
I want to play a game.
They were trying to gear up for... they were going to... Him and a buddy were talking about entering into some Mario Kart comp that paid out like, I don't know, some ungodly amount. I don't want to say a number, but it was thousands of dollars if you won. And this was just 5-6 years ago, maybe, you know?
Yeah.
And he's telling me about it, and I'm like, Mario Kart? Like, you could make that much if you win a comp on Mario Kart? And then he starts telling me about all these professional gamers, and I'm just mind blown.
Yeah, dude, they're millionaires. They're millionaires. Like, we did the math on subscribers alone. If he maintains the amount of subscribers when we did it, it was like $250,000 a month.
Fuck.
Yeah. Dude, it was fucking... That's just subscribers. That's not even...
That's a fat-ass salary, a yearly salary in Amarillo.
Oh,
that's
my
a fat-ass Amarillo salary.
That's insane, dude. But, like, he inspires me to play the game different, though, because everyone played the game the same way. Like, they started doing these things where they sneak on fucking people's ships, watch them do their entire quest, and then as soon as they're done, they just dumpster them. sink their ship, kill them, and
Just
then
buy.
take everything, bro. And
They're
like
pirates.
and it took 3 hours for those kids to do the fucking. You know what I mean?
That's so brutal.
Dude,
Like
the L's you can hand out on this game are the meanest L. Like, dude, the other day we were playing, and we go into game chat, and we're like, there's a guy fighting a ghost ship in a sloop, so we know he's gonna lose, and we're like, so we pull up on him with no intentions of helping him, and we're like, hey man, do you want some help? And then he fired at us. We're like, all right. So I hop in the cannon. My friend launches me over the ghost ship. I land in the water right on that kid's ladder, climb up, anchor his boat, and I was like, we were trying to play nice. Double tap him. And then I just hang out on his boat, and then he killed one, or there's a different one. So we sink that dude, go to another ship. We're fucking with them, and
Right.
They killed my friend. They're like, get wrecked. And we're like, okay. So then we do the same play, launch over to the boat,
Right.
anchor them, killing them. We're like, oh, dude, get wrecked. What happened to that, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Like, just
that's
talk-
the thing. That's the thing with games now too. They finally evolved to where like it's a digital hazing. That's the point of the games. It seems like anymore.
man.
It's like just who can I fuck with today?
Oh, and last night I got really mad, and then because like my friend I play with always fucks people over, right? So I thought that's what we were doing. So we go
Right.
pull up to a skull fort. We're helping these kids. They're like, one of them's like, "It's my first time playing," and I'm like, perfect, because we're gonna mega bomb them,
Right.
and then we're gonna take all their shit. Well, then my friend just out of nowhere grows a heart, and we escort him to go turn in. You know what I mean? And I was like, "What are we doing?" He's like, "We'll get it on the next one." I was like,
I
"What
didn't
the
sign up for this shit.
yeah, I was like, I was literally kind of mad. I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, every time I want to help an alliance, you fucking bomb them. And I'm like, this is the one time you grew a heart? What are you doing, Grinch? Right? And then, so he's like, we'll get him next time. So we go do the fort. Dude, as soon as the fort ends, a galleon rolls up on us and fucking sinks both of our ships, just annihilates
Right.
us. They boarded our ship, and they were spawn killing us. And I was like, we had our opportunity, dude. And we could have... it was like, that's why,
You
honestly...
and your fucking heart. Thanks, buddy.
On some real shit, that's why I got off at 4:30 in the morning.
Because you were that's why it was an early night.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
were just pissed.
Because after those kids they rolled up on us, they're like, "Hey, dude," and then black screen.
You're like, fuck you.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
done,
I was
I'm done.
like, yeah.
So is that like is gaming therapeutic for you? Is it a nice little break away from
Fuck
reality
no.
and shit?
High stress. Not this game.
That's fair.
This
That's
game is
fair.
high-
That's the only benefit, man. I can't. Like I say, like
My girlfriend was telling me some terrible news yesterday, and I was so into the game that I didn't hear what she said, but I heard my friend go, "I don't think he heard you."
Yeah, that's the only benefit I could see of like games, because I just get like I have mass anxiety, man. Like the first couple of times I started trying to take the stage in my early 20s, my legs would shake.
Oh yeah.
So bad that you could hear it was like there was vibrato in my voice. It was, you know, like it was bad. And you know, that was something I really had to work through. I have mass anxiety, and like video games, dude, I'm fucking shaking and tingling,
So
pissed
imagine,
off.
dude, I could hear my heart beating in my ears.
Right.
Whenever, like, dude, you swim and you see a ship that's just docked, and you swim and you climb
Is
the
that
ladder.
tense for you?
Oh, dude, and then you climb that ladder, and then you go hide on their ship, and they didn't see you, and you're
Right.
tucked. Dude, it's like almost flipping your car, and then you pulled it out at the last second.
There's no
You
way.
know what I mean? Like, it's, dude, the amount of adrenaline you get, like, dude, your heart is like thumping. You're
Right.
scared because they can find you at any second.
Right.
And then the play's gone.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're busted. It's over. They kill you, and now they're suspicious. So you're definitely not getting back on the boat.
Right.
Like, yeah,
There's no way anybody convinced me to get into gaming if it's that intense.
Dude,
you know, like
it's gonna give me gray hair.
I was gonna say, that put me in an insane asylum. It'd be like, oh, Brian finally snapped. He broke.
There's a
Killed everybody in the post office.
Here, I can show you a good video of kind of like what I'm explaining. So this is the Pirate Legend video for my audio listeners. I'm sure you guys have already heard it, but I'll skip the beginning.
Bob making blind to the 9 months. I'll go back. Were you the one driving or is Jake driving?
One of his fans, by the way, edited this video for him.
So like he didn't even have to do half the work for this one.
No, he watched it live on air as if because he'd never seen it. He was like, "What's this?" And he clicks on it, and there's a video of him watching him.
Oh,
Like-
shit. One of them could be a... Are these guys friends? Like...
Maybe, I hope.
Yeah, it looks like there's the Lions flag flying above.
See how far off they are?
Yeah.
Crap.
And they're already making their plans.
We got 2 gallons, dude. We're all pirate legends. You guys are gonna get fucked.
Oh shit, dude. Sounds Sounds like you guys are really good.
You guys are trash.
Watch his face, dude.
He said, "There's no way you're gonna sink us. We have 2 guys. We're all pirate legends." That was good.
Hey, what up, bitch? Say hello to my little. Hey, little queerbag.
Dude. So stupid.
Go on, go on.
Hey, look, it's figured out.
Stop it.
Try me.
Oh, there's 2 down. Are you bringing a sword, brother? You gonna hit me with the sword attack? Oh yeah, you almost got me, bro. Oh, dude, that was rough. You guys are all pirate legends? No way, bro. I've never met pirate legends before, dude.
He's gonna get it off. He's gonna get it off. I'm angry.
They took us down with them, brothers.
Dude, you're anchored. You're literally anchored and you're steering the wheel. I'm standing next to you.
Jacob, anchor that shit.
I'm looking at you. I'm literally behind you, dude. I'm not even gonna shoot you.
Got a guy down below. Oh, dude.
Why are you bullying me?
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, it's over. Oh, God. Yes.
It doesn't matter.
We're all pirate legends.
And then he had it set for a while. Anytime someone subscribed to his channel, you heard that dude go, "We're all pirate legends, dude. You guys are gonna get fucked."
Man, I couldn't. Life is stressful
Do you
enough.
see how
man.
intense
I can't,
that is?
Yeah, life is stressful enough. I can't do that in my downtime.
Yeah, dude.
Especially till 8 in the morning. I need sleep.
And then you're not winning every. You know what I mean? You're not, like I said. We took a hard loss last night, dude.
Right.
It was like one of those like I was so fucking mad.
That does explain why when I messaged you about doing the podcast at like noon, like it was 4 hours later, you responded.
I just woke up.
Right. I'm like, damn! I thought he said he was gonna get up around noon.
No,
That doesn't happen.
no. I wake up at 3.
How long you been on that schedule?
About a month now.
Does it kill you?
That sucks so bad.
Yeah, I hate it,
Sucks so bad.
I find the older I get, like I start getting pissed off about having to play shows. Not about having to play. Like I love playing them. It's a drug in itself.
Yeah, but you're like, dude, 10:30.
Right.
You want me to start at 10:30?
I'm not even gonna I'm not gonna get home and unloaded until like 3 or 4 in the morning.
I have to drink on a Thursday.
Yeah, you start bitching about shit that used to be really cool.
I'm drinking on a Thursday. They don't want me there till 9:45 for sound check. That is the latest sound check I have ever heard of. Yeah.
Speaking of drinking, I had a reality check on how heavy my drinking can be.
Yeah.
This past Sunday, we had a realtor seminar that was going on downtown, and so Sunday we had this happy hour, cocktail hour type deal, which was a lot of fun. But I learned something very valuable. Realtors cannot drink like musicians or comedians can.
Oh, for real? Yeah. Dude, that's what I love about
I almost broke like 5 or 6 people.
Dude, I love that. Because, like, that's why I like the 806 open mic. Because it's like a normal open mic, and then comics show up, and we have that element of just, it's not danger, but, like,
right, but when you've been doing
like
something
a
for
small
so
element
long,
of chaos.
right.
Because, like, we drink way heavier than anybody else there.
Right.
We get louder. We say shit. We say way more fuck. Like, you're not going to, like, your poem might be dark and stuff.
Right, but watch this.
Yeah, but I'm going to say something dark, and then I'm going to laugh about it. You know what I mean? Like,
Right, hold my beer.
yeah.
Let me show you how this goes.
And, like, I love everybody up there, but, like, I feel like we do bring that little bit of, like, chaos element into the open mic, which makes it a lot more fun.
Yeah. It's not healthy, man. It's like I'm sure I'm 5 years away from death probably with my lifestyle.
I feel like that's, dude, the way my back hurts sometimes.
Yeah.
I slept on the couch once.
Yeah.
Couldn't walk for a week.
Yeah, but man, hang out with people that haven't lived your lifestyle for the past decade, and you realize how terrible your lifestyle is when you've got 6 people falling the fuck over or throwing up, and you're like, well.
And you're like, dude, I guess I'm going to go to the bar. You're like,
Right.
We just started.
I'm going to order one last beer before I have to get out of here. You finish throwing up, and I'll get you a cab. I'll Uber for you. I got home, and my wife asked. It was like 1 in the morning. She's, well, how did it go? And I told her.
She's like, you're home early.
Yeah, and I told her, and she, Brian, damn it, you've got to stop making people drink with you. Well, I'm thinking I need to stop drinking.
Yeah, I've done that. I've definitely done that to people. You just like, because like, well, that's another thing. Like, a lot of people, like, if you go out to a bar and you don't think about it, you're like, yeah, fuck it, 3 fireballs. hey, fucking 3 fireballs. And, like, they feel like they're almost obligated
I was doing that.
to take them, you know what I mean? They're like, okay. And
I had
then,
like 10 or 15 people. I kept going shots.
Yeah,
shots.
hey, you know, and, like, you think you're having fun because that's what we're used to. We're used, like, dude, you and I, like, 7, 8 shots, a couple beers in. We're like,
Right.
Feel good. I feel
Right.
good. Like, these guys are hammered.
We get that shit while we're
They're
on
fucking
stage.
peanut butter.
So not only do we have to drink that much, but we have to, like, you got to remember punchlines and jokes and how it's set up. I got to remember song lyrics and chords and shit.
Yeah.
And coordination, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, we're kind of accustomed to...
It's like, yeah, it's not, it's...
I've had shows where I didn't even remember the last 30 minutes of the show, and I had people showing me videos of the last song I played, and they were talking about how good it was. And I'm scared to watch the video because I can't tell, like, are they, they're talking shit. I done fucked up or fell down, didn't I?
Yeah.
And I watch it, and I'm like, wow.
That was crushing.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I was in the moment.
I love when I get off stage, like, that joke about, and they say something. I'm like,
What did I say?
I have a joke about that?
Right.
And then they're like, yeah, you say this. Because, like, I'll label a joke in my head as, like, this is the deer joke.
Right.
I might only say deer one time in it.
Right, but that's how you recall it.
I don't have any jokes with deer in it. I don't know where I pulled that word from.
Right,
But, yeah,
right.
but I call it the deer joke. But in reality, I'm talking about, like, genocide or something.
Right.
So, like, they're like, oh, the genocide joke. I'm like, I talk about genocide? They're like, yeah, the deer. Oh, the deer joke.
That's,
okay.
But that's
yeah.
funny. I used to write, sometimes I'd sit at the house, years ago, and quiet nights, have to work in the morning or something, I'd, grab some whiskey or some beer and sit there and drink and write some music, work on some tunes and stuff, Sometimes I'd get drunk in the midst of working on a tune.
And you're like, this is so good. And you're like,
I wouldn't even, think about it, right? Like, I'd write down everything I need or I'd record it, and so I'd go back and I'd decide I really like the song, right? But to me, the memory of the song was drinking and smoking cigarettes, playing guitar and having fun,
Yeah.
And I remember there was this one song I had called Every Night that was kind of moody, but it was a fun little riff, So
Yeah.
for me, I just thought of it as the Every Night song. It was I think it was like scotch or rum that night that I was drinking. So, like, to me, that's what the song was. That's what it made me think of, just
Yeah.
hanging out, having something productive happen, And somebody came up, they're like, man, that's such a beautiful love song. And I was like, oh, fuck, I guess it is a love song, isn't it? Never once looked at it
I was
that way.
alone when I wrote it.
I was drunk. I was just trying to put some lyrics together.
I hate whenever I'll be dozing off and I'll be like, oh fuck, it's such a brilliant idea, and I write it down, and I wake up and I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? Like, how was I like? You ever do that? You write something, you're like, dude, like in your head, like, this is the shit, and then you read it the next day, you're like, this is awful.
Right.
There's
Dude,
no,
what was
there's
I
no
thinking?
substance here.
I used to make notes. I've been an insomniac my whole life and on and off sleeping pills. And apparently, like, when I was in my teenage years and still writing, poetry and music at the same time, like, I'd always, not always, but sometimes I'd start off, like, with these kind of lines running through my head, and I'd jot them down and see if I could put it with music is how I kind of started writing. And I got on these sleeping pills, and, man, I guess I thought at the moment when I was, like, on the sleeping pills that I must have been the most prolific poet of all time, because I would wake up to, like, this notebook by my bed that had all this, like, random-ass bullshit written down with notes on the side, like, finish this, don't forget about leading into this.
You should see my notebook. Yeah, it's exactly what it looks like.
What were you thinking, idiot?
Keep working on this. It's like, what more do I have to say about a snowman? Like, what was I fucking thinking? Snowman joke, hilarious. That's all I wrote down. Like, I don't know what I wanted out of this.
Right. You're watching, what's that terrible, scary movie, The Killer Snowman? Frost or something?
Yeah, I don't watch scary movies, and everyone's like, whoa, they're scary? No, they're boring, dude. First off, the only thing, like, now that they're all shock, every horror movie's got to have rape in it. I don't like watching rape, so that's why I don't watch that fucking show my girlfriend watches, the American Horror Story.
Yeah, that one got pretty fucked up.
Dude, like season 2 is like every person got raped like 100 times. I was like, I'm not watching this. I'm not. Like, I like funny. I like funny stuff. I appreciate funny over anything. I go for the joke first, and then hope that you understand I was kidding.
Right.
Like, I had to explain that to one of my buddies at work. He told me I was like, what are you into, man? Like, what do you do for fun? He's like, I fucking love Mountain Dew, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna say that on stage. Like, I'm going to talk about this for sure, because I just asked you what you do for fun. You said Mountain Dew. You know what I mean?
I used to watch
I was like, I hope that you know I'm doing this out of a place of love. You know what I mean?
Did
like,
he?
I think so. I told him before I did it on stage. I was like, I'm going to do this. Just a heads up.
If you ever find me doing something stupid that's going to get a crowd laughing, you better fucking say that joke.
Yeah. Dude, I hit Matt with one the other day, because he did, for some reason, he did like 5 pedophile jokes. Like, pedophile this, pedophile. And I got on stage. I was like, Matt, you gotta stop saying pedophile, man. I'm starting to think you're a fucking pedophile. And then I do all these bits, and I'm talking about how I'm at a school, and then I talk about how this kid says some shit, and he gets escorted out by a cop, right? But the joke is escorted out by me because I need the hookup. And I'm like, I'm just kidding. He was escorted out by a cop. But that day, I was like, I'm just kidding. He was escorted out by Matt because he's a fucking pedophile. and it landed so hard, dude. It was super fun.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Oh.
Yeah, I used to like scary movies. I went on a binge for like 2 years trying to find not the most fucked up scary movie. I didn't want to see the most fucked up scary movie because there's a lot of fucked up people out there.
Right.
I wanted to find a scary movie that would genuinely scare me. You know, not like little startles here and there, but something that I got done watching and I was like, I don't want to turn the lights off. And after about 2 years of binge watching horror movies, I just decided like they're either not scary or they're extremely fucked up and disturbing.
Yeah, there's no. It's just not my cup of tea. You know what I do like? I like if I'm
serial killer documentaries.
Love those.
All of America does. Dude, I don't know why.
Just kidding. I like if I want to watch something scary, I like to watch like like not necessarily creepypastas, but people telling stories.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's way better to me than like.
You got to get.
And a lot of them are fucking like I'll have to turn them off, dude, just because like they're based in reality where most scary movies aren't.
Well, and it forces you
to
live in your own head in the story, and that makes it even worse.
Like people who are like this was the picture taken from my doorbell cam that was ringing at 5 a.m, and it's like a guy smiling into the camera. Like,
right.
Yeah. Like
and then you go check your doorbell cam.
Yeah,
you're like,
dude,
what the
you
fuck?
immediately go to your door. Like I hope I can't look out my peephole without assuming I'm going to see somebody there now.
Right.
And and I didn't even listen to that whole story.
Right. My favorite are those when you come across like on Facebook or whatever, it's like how scary of a story can you write in only 3 sentences? And so they've got to get uber creative and suspenseful within like 40 words. Those are my favorite.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, dude. You know what my favorite, like honestly my favorite thing right now is following Donald Trump on Twitter. It's fucking hilarious. Dude has the funniest page.
I can imagine. I stay away from everything political at this point.
Here's the thing. I don't give a fuck, man. Like,
right.
I don't think the government should be shut down again. I don't think we should go into a state of emergency.
Right.
I do like the videos people are posting. Like there's this one where he's like, I don't care if there's a concrete wall in front of you. You either go over it, through it, or under it. Get through that wall. I give him like a grad speech. Right. And now he's like, I want to build a wall. And then like immediately he's like, the video's like, Mexico's going to pay for this wall. Trust me, you don't think Mexico's going to pay for it? And then it's him going, the government shut down because Democrats won't pay for the wall.
right. Like, that's the only thing that I actually watch that's political at all is anything that's funny. And I don't care if it's supporting Republicans or liberal. I don't give a shit.
I don't care.
If it's funny.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Like the one where they're like, we analyzed Donald Trump's last speech on border security, and we found that he told a lie on an average of every 38 seconds. Like he was either told a lie or had misinformation.
Right.
Like every 38 seconds he said something wrong. Yeah.
It's all just everybody's a clown at this point, I think.
I feel like I don't know. Like I said it whenever it happened. I mean, he won, so we had to fucking do whatever. But I think it proves that the president doesn't really have any fucking power. Like it's a fake fucking thing. Right. If Donald Trump won, it's a fake fucking thing. Like it's.
We're living reality TV. It's the Truman Show.
If it was a real thing, they wouldn't have let him win.
It's the Truman Show now,
dude. I think about that. I think about I love the computer simulation theory. Like where like the theory.
That's scary,
isn't it? Isn't
terrifying,
it? That's the kind of fear I like. I like real fear. I don't.
Right.
Oh, my basement. I heard like I watched this one scary movie. This was the moment I was turned off on scary movies. My girlfriend was working at the mall. I went to go pick her up. I showed up like a couple hours early so I could go to the Dollar Theater, catch a movie.
Right.
I can't remember The Haunting or something silent. Okay, anyway, there's like a family moves into a house. Kid goes down in the basement, hears something. There's like a metal grate. Then he puts his ear next to it, and a fucking like demon like metal claw, like a fingernail, is like scraping against the metal, about to go in the kid's ear. And he doesn't fucking hear a thing. Right. You know, we can hear it, but he can't. And then his dad calls and he runs upstairs.
Right.
And
just
I was
in
like,
the nick of time.
I got up and I walked the fuck out. I was like, he would have heard that.
Right.
You got to base it in reality for me, or I'm not into it, man.
Right.
Yeah, I don't like. I
Make
don't,
me- you
I don't
don't
like
have
Star
to-
Wars. I don't.
I love Star Wars.
Like,
I love sci-fi if it's done right. If it makes you get out of your own reality. If you can get lost in the world they build, that's fun to me.
See, I like. I don't know, man. Like,
But I'm way left or right. Like
my girlfriend loves Harry Potter.
Right.
I think that's one reason she's with me. My last name.
Right.
I'm not kidding.
Right. You
She's
wake
like-
up and you have little scars drawn on your
Dude,
forehead, and you're
she's-
like, baby, not again.
She's like, if we ever get married, we're going with hashtag Harry Potter.
Yeah, she was saying that the other day.
And I
at
was
the
like,
club.
that's the reason we'll never get married. Like, that's.
I don't know, man. Like I either like hardcore fantasy where they've spent 10 years building this fucking world for you to get lost in, or I want something that's like either really good comedy or just really good
I like certain animes
drama.
because of that. Because it's like I can get lost in there.
Yeah, anime I can't get lost in.
I only watch like one of them.
Right.
Honestly, it's about pirates.
You got a pirate thing?
I do like pirates.
That's
I think I've
good,
always liked
you know.
pirates.
Is that the long hair?
No,
You gonna start wearing an eye patch to your gigs?
If I had
Maybe.
good vision, I gotta find out which one's my better eye.
Right. And then cover that one up
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you just seem drunk all the time.
Yeah, like why does he keep falling down? My equilibrium's off. That's not how eyes work, asshole. Like,
Have you ever almost fallen off stage and/or fallen off stage?
No.
Last Friday was the closest I've ever gotten. When I almost passed out on stage. That was,
Yeah.
Which apparently nobody even noticed.
I'm trying to think. Man, I can't think. No. I've had like my nose drip before. I
Yeah.
hated that.
Yeah.
You know.
That's my irrational fear when we get on stage. Like every time we're at sound check somewhere or something, I'm always like looking at like where's the chords. I make people like gaff tape chords down because
Yeah.
like I'm the dumbass that will catch that and then flip the fuck over the stage and then break every instrument that's around me.
Did you see when people do those guitar throws and they hit their fucking bass player in the face?
Right. That'd be me catching a cable, and then I'd hit Colin in the face, and then somehow knock the violin out of Dane's hand and kick through the kick drum, and I'd fuck it all
That'd
up,
be
man.
so like
It's
like,
never happened.
like 20 like
knock on
21
wood.
21 Jump Street or 22 Jump Street.
Right.
And he goes to the band class on drugs. He all jumps through the gong. He's like, "This is
Yeah.
awesome! Keep going,
Right.
keep going."
I did have me and Justin Harmon were playing a song swap years ago at House Bar.
Yeah.
And you know how they got that? It was right after they built that little stage in the corner.
Yeah, we actually do an open mic on
Do you?
there now. Yeah.
It was right after they built that, and there was like this, like 67-year-old dude in there that's taking shots and drinking like whiskey all fucking night long. And we've got a guitar case set up at the front of the stage for tips and stuff, you know? And home dude comes to buy us shots. It's my turn to sing, so like I'm in the middle of singing. Justin's trying to reach over and grab the shots from this guy, and he like trips, face plants, breaks the guitar case, like hits me. I go stepping back, like just complete fucking shit show. Stands up and he's like, "Oh, I'm good, man. I'm good. I just tripped. I haven't drank that much," and stumbles back to a chair. Like, fuck.
Oh my god.
That's the closest I've gotten to me almost falling, and that was because somebody was drunk and fell into me.
Yeah.
So knock on wood, it
That's
doesn't
such a
happen.
scary feeling. Just like, dude, even when like something doesn't land, like you think it's going to in the crowd, like Dave Chappelle says it best in his special on Netflix. He's like, you motherfuckers don't know what it looks like up here, but whenever I'm up here, y'all are just none of us smiles and just staring right at me. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like it's true, like they don't like. So you're like da 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 ba, and then they're no laugh, just
dumbfounded looking.
keep going. You know what I mean? Like, God, that's such a bad feeling.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
You
want
want
to
be like,
musicians,
you just
you
want
know?
like, fuck you,
Right.
Like,
It's the same thing with musicians. You get done like, you're lost in that moment. You're in this song and it's like uber energetic, and you're like, fuck yeah, man, I'm a rock star. There's probably 20 people in the crowd, but in the moment,
yeah,
you feel like that rock star, and all of a sudden, right, you come to this hard end, and the drums clash, and then they roll, and you come back, and you end again, and you stop, and you look, and someone's taking a drink from the beer, and they're just like, did you do something?
Oh yeah.
And they just finally look at you, and you're like, well, fuck.
I almost died. I hope you guys know that. I almost died up here. Okay,
Right.
for fucking you, man.
Right. That's why I don't like playing restaurants anymore. There's only 2 or 3 in town I'll play that are
I
still
don't
fun.
Yeah, I'm real picky where I perform. I
Yeah.
perform,
I didn't used to be, and I learned hard.
dude. We're performing at the Amarillo Club On the 16th.
The Amarillo Club.
At the top of the Chase building.
Oh, shit.
There's no way it's going to go good.
No, it could go good.
There's no
it could go good.
fucking way.
It could go good. You got to have, how do you get in there? That's like a private club, isn't
They
it?
fucking called me.
Well, but I mean, like, it's a private club, right? Like,
Yeah,
you can't just...
there's new owners, so I don't know if it is, but yeah.
I've been there one time, I think, for like some company get-together that a friend of mine worked for some company, and we got invited.
I want I want to talk about, the main reason I took it is I've never been up there, so I want to go over
Right.
there. But I think on stage I might be like, dude, the only reason I took this gig, just full-blown honesty here, I've never been up this high in a building, like as an adult. Like as a kid I have, but when you're a kid, you're like, where's my house? I want to be an adult. Life's kicked me in the balls. I want to think about jumping. You know, like
Any of these fucking windows open?
Yeah.
You fuckers don't laugh. You might have some blood on your hands.
Yeah. Put the stage next to the window, could you? I want to contemplate the whole set.
That's funny. That's funny.
But-
The Amarillo Club, is that the big room, or is that? But there's Club 30 or Club 31 that's up there.
Yeah, it's the very top floor.
Okay, so that's maybe I'm thinking about a different one.
Yeah,
There's
Amarillo.
one that's kind of small. That's like Club 30 or something, but it's up there somewhere, I think.
I don't know. They hit me up. She tried to confirm with me today. Now we may not do it because we usually just do like a door charge. She
Right.
wants me to get a W-9 and shit. I'm not doing it.
I know. That's the only thing that's cool about being a performer at this level that we're at is that you don't have to claim any of that shit.
Because we don't make
know?
we make like dude, I might make $500 a
right.
year, dude.
When
Maybe.
venues start
Fucking
when
maybe.
venues start tossing me checks or like trying to shoot me fucking 1099s, I'm like, what? No?
Yeah. Sorry.
I don't exist to the government right
yeah,
now.
I guess I'm not playing there.
Right, I made enough for the gas there and back. So calm
Yeah.
down, buddy. Calm down.
Yeah. Yeah, she was like, and she said something about fucking Valentine's Day. And this was like when I was texting you too. So I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I just woke up.
So they just hit you up?
Yeah. She reached out to Yellow City Comedy.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
They got like an event, or do you know?
yeah. I mean, it was she wanted to do a comedy night, so we're gonna charge $15 at the door. They wanted to charge $20. I was like, They may have wanted to charge $15, and I told them $10,
Yeah.
and give me a bar tab. It was either 20 and went down to 15 in a
Yeah.
bar tab, or 15 went down to 10 in a bar tab.
How long you been doing comedy now?
4 years.
Have you found like the longer you do it, like if someone's willing to give you $150 or $100 and a $50 bar tab, you take the $150 and say, "Fuck it, I won't drink tonight."
No.
I finally got to that point a couple years ago.
I don't know if I don't know. Like
Not every night's like that, but there are nights.
I need it because I gotta have a drink before I get on stage.
You still get real nervous?
Fuck yeah.
You still walk the building? You walked the building when we did that zombie show, right?
Yeah, I walk the building every time.
Honestly, man, when I saw you do that, I'd never seen you perform before, and I'm like, he's gonna fucking bomb. And then I gotta be like, nah, bro, it was good.
Yeah.
And you fucking killed it. And I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah, dude.
I don't gotta fake shit.
I get that level of nervous for open mics.
Really?
I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, it just hasn't gone away. It's just it's a need to want to do good.
Do you want it to go away, or do you find that it drives you?
I've had it go away a few times where I'm like, dude, fucking got this, and then I go up there and I just eat dicks.
So you feel like it drives you. You feel like that nerve.
I feel like if I don't have nerves, I'm gonna bomb now.
Yeah.
Like yeah, just like I didn't know I was superstitious until the hair thing.
Until you,
and I was like, I can't cut it. I'll lose all my powers.
right. Until you started doing comedy, and then you're
Yeah.
like, well, I can't change shit. Cause
It's like the older you get, you learn a lot about. Like it turns out I'm a fucking germaphobe, hypochondriac. I'm a hypochondriac.
you always think you're sick.
Yeah, and then I almost fucking blew up on a lady at Walmart because she had 4 kids with her and they were all coughing, and they were right outside the McDonald's. And I only went there for I went there for dog food and McDonald's.
Right.
I was just done with the day.
Maybe
wanted to fucking
better
eat.
life choices should be in your future.
Well, yeah. No, like we planned on going to Brucero's,
Right,
and like
right,
we
right.
both just had long fucking days. We're like, dude, fuck it, the dogs need
That's
dog
the
food.
moments when I hit McDonald's. Like I just don't. I've given up on the day.
Yeah, we're like, we need dog food.
Right.
Instead of going to a restaurant and going to just go one trip it, we'll hit
Right.
Walmart and
Right.
get McDonald's. And yeah, dude, so she has the kids posted up outside McDonald's. One hasn't stopped coughing, and like I was getting like visibly upset. Like
Right.
my girlfriend was like, "You need to go calm down. Like you need to go to the car." You know what I mean? Like
You got sent to the car like you were 8.
yeah, because
Like,
I was
if
about
you can't behave.
I was
go.
about to say some shit. Like how the fuck? Like how bad? Like how are all 4 of them sick, dude? Like what do you do? And then why are they here? Why the fuck are they here? They're
Right.
sick. Get a fucking sitter. Like I was
Right.
I'm whispering all this to my girlfriend. Like, what the fuck are they doing here, man? Yeah, like I was pissed because I was like, man, I'm gonna get sick now.
Right.
And like, dude, literally, I thought I had a fucking, swear to God, I was like, I'm gonna get Ebola, right? Like,
the next 2 days, you keep checking the mirror for spots all over
dude,
your
on the
face.
way home, I was like, I probably have a fucking upper respiratory infection. Like, that's, like, my girlfriend was like, dude, you know you're a hypochondriac.
Right.
It's like 3 years ago. I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, you're sick. You always think you're sick. I was like, I am always sick. She's like, no, you're not. You just think you're fucking sick.
You might be always sick of the head, but
yeah, and that's, I have to, like, I'll usually go to work when I'm sick because I don't know. I'm like, maybe I'm not.
Right.
Because like, once I think I'm sick, I feel sick.
Right.
Like, my fucking throat starts hurting. Like,
Right.
there's nothing wrong with me.
Start psyching yourself out.
Yeah.
Oh, is there a word for the opposite end of the spectrum? Like, I don't ever think I'm sick until I'm almost dying. I almost had to have a liver transplant when I was...
It's called being a dude, I think. I think I'm just a bitch.
I mean, I wasn't saying that, but no, when I was like in 11th grade, I think, I started getting sick, and we went to the doctor finally because I wouldn't stay home, or I wouldn't, I was still going skateboarding every night and all that shit, and finally it was like, okay, you've got to go to the fucking doctor. They've sent you home from school twice now. So we go, and they're like, oh, you've got the flu or some random shit. They're like, just rest or whatever. So I rested for like 2 days, and I was like, all right, fuck this. I'm getting cabin fever. Like, I'm getting out. I'm going back to school. I got shit to do, Well, the next thing I know, like, I can't move. And they're like, okay, we go back to the doctor, and they're like, okay, well, you ended up having, what you had was mono. We didn't realize it. What's happened now is it's infected your liver and has caused a form of hepatitis called monohepatitis. You need to either be bedridden at the house, or we're going to have to hospitalize you because you will have to have a liver transplant if this doesn't clear up on its own, So for like 2 or 3 months, I was fucking bedridden.
Oh, dude.
Because, like, I just kept going, like, oh, I'm fine, man. I'm
got
being a bitch. I got a cold. I'll be fine.
I had strep so many times when I was a kid, I didn't notice it. When I got one time, it turned into scarlet fever.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, So do you think that scared you? You think that's why you're always like, I'm sick now?
Maybe. I mean, that's definitely a possibility. I think, actually, I can tell you where it all turned. I got water in my ear when I was in the shower one time, and then I went to the doctor, got my ear, because I got an ear infection.
Right.
Went to the doctor. They said that they got the antibiotics, whatever. It came back, spread to my other ear, ruptured the eardrum. I ended up losing my job. I couldn't hear for a month. I was
all because of a shower.
And so, like, now I'm terrified of water too.
Happens, you're like,
showers are fucking, like, it's a night. I take like 3-minute showers with like earplugs in. Like, dude, I don't fuck around. I don't go swimming. I don't, like, I wear a beanie at work so it covers my ears. So in case I'm doing dishes,
you don't have to worry.
I don't have to worry about water splashing in it.
Yeah, I'm polar opposite. I'm like, I used to work out at the beef packing plant, as a mechanic. The mechanics' lockers and everything are on down at the bottom, the bottom floor of the basement, and the blood pumps broke, and the basement flooded with like blood water one time. And so me and my boy Rashid, he was the electrician. He was the electrician on the crew. This is, man, I was like, oh fuck, I don't know, I was like 21, 22 maybe. We're ready to go clock out. Like, it's into shift. It's midnight. We're done for the day. We're excited. We've been there 12 hours already. We go running downstairs, and we get like there's probably 5 or 6 steps that are now covered in red blood water. And the supervisor's right behind us, looks at us and goes like, well, you guys better get down there and start working on them pumps. You're not leaving yet. So we just, we go swimming through this murky ass blood water. But I'm like, I don't know, man. I've been hospitalized, almost liver transplant. And I'm still stupid enough to go, fuck it.
I don't think I'm sick, dude. Yeah.
No. I got a full lymphatic infection one time. Like, I'm talking lymph nodes in my like throat and groin and under, like, swollen. I'm like, kept going to work till it got to that point.
I do feel bad. Tuesday we had a show at Leftwoods.
Yeah. And
I genuinely felt like shit. Like, I'd thrown up, so I was like, I'm not going, because I don't want to get a touring comics, like, especially a whole fucking van load of people who aren't from here sick because they're on tour.
Right.
So I was like, because my hypochondria, dude. If I go to a town and they get me sick, I'm never going back. You know what I mean?
No matter how good the show was.
I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I'm never.
You made $1 million at this venue. And you're like, fuck that, dude. I got a cold.
I'll be in the neighboring town next year. You guys can drive over there. If you're sick, fucking stay home.
If the sick guy comes, I'm gonna punch you. Okay.
Yeah. If I hear one cough in the crowd, I fucking swear to God.
That's fucking great. How long have we been doing this?
About an hour and a half now.
Damn. We're chatty. I'm gonna plug the album. Anybody that may be listening in the future, keep your eyes open for Death by Stereo. Brian Wynne and the Radio Band.
All right, I think we gotta stop now.
Well, good. I'm glad I got my album plug in.
Yeah. You can plug whatever you want, man. Is there anything else?
There's so many jokes that can be said from that space. No, man, I just wanted to say the album shit, keep your eyes open for videos and stuff like that.
Yeah. I gotta ask you a question about this.
Am I in trouble?
No. It's realtor stuff. Yeah,
okay.
I just don't want to do it on air.
Oh, yeah, also I'm a realtor, so if you need to sell a house or buy it, holler at your boy.
Yeah, for sure. Dude, I'll do all my plugs, and I'll just edit them in later.
Cool.
Yeah, hour and a half, dude. Fuck yeah. That was fun. Too bad the audio on YouTube didn't work.
That's all right. We'll figure it out and do it again.
Fuck them. All right, yeah, dude. Well, thanks for coming over, dude.
Yeah, for sure, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.